Sam's laughing, but America has a new emperor, guys. America has a new king. America has. I like emperor. I don't like president anymore. I don't. I'm sick of terms, 4-year terms. I'm sick of Republican, Democrat. Just call Trump what he is, dude. And anybody who spent the last 4 years bad mouthing him, you deserve prison time, dude.
I don't agree with that. But
You deserve prison time for bad mouthing the emperor, dude. Throw you down the shaft. Like in Star Wars,
yeah,
he is the emperor and the Jedi are the Democrats. Like we gotta get rid. Go to the temple, execute Order 66, all of that. Like literally, when he says clean the swamp, he means Order 66. Go to the Jedi temple and you know what I mean.
Even the kids.
Hey, deport them all, dude. Right? Like I'm getting deported apparently. So apparently, my friend Warren sends me articles all the time. Like even if you're a citizen. If your parents aren't, or your family members, it's fear mongering, right? So I'm going to play along with the fear mongering. Like, hey, if I'm getting deported soon, then I'm just going to say what I want.
Exactly.
That's what Warren, that's what you said. That's the articles you sent me, right? Like you say we're getting deported. So, I mean, I don't have much time left, Sam. So that's what he says.
But yeah, we got to spend some time together before they deport you out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of us too. Emily, Jose, every Mexican I know basically is probably hella scared right now. So. That's what the news is telling us. The news is telling us to be scared and to be feared. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to play into it then. Yeah, deport me then. See what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go back to Mexico. I'll become the king there.
You think you would become the king? What would be your first step in becoming the king of Mexico?
Well, I would go across the border. I'd find
Mexican Trump. That's what you could be.
Yeah, I would be a good Mexican Trump. El Trumpo. But
I'd hear your Mexican Trump impression.
It is very huge, my friend. Very, 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 very huge. Very huge. And it's true. I'll go across the border. I'm going to take over the first village I see. And I'm going to say village because it's an appropriate thing to say when we're talking about my home country. First village I see, I'm with their king.
Start out small and then you can go to a city and then...
I'll make a deal with the cartel. Like, hey, look, I'm not here to like ruin anybody's like what you guys got going. Like, if I'll tell the cartel that like, look, I'm not trying to like, what is it called? I'm not trying to bust your balls, right? I'm just here to be the king. Like, you guys can do what you got to do, right? Like, you guys can still operate and do how you do, but I'm not, because I think they would get mad, right? So then, that's what the news wants you to feel like, Sam. Like a lot of people who didn't vote for Trump. When you hear them talk, this is how they present him to people. So it's just like, hey, you guys, I'm playing along now.
I'm just so glad it's over. This last 3 months has been so exhausting. It's literally everyone has been talking about it. It's just like, dang.
Yeah, it felt like forever, huh?
I just need to get this over with. Like,
I felt like this lasted longer than a year, bro.
I mean, it kind of did, but...
You got...
With Biden pulling out, Trump getting shot, and it was just a lot of stuff.
When he got shot, that's when we all should have known this was it. He was going to win. When he
I feel like once Elon Musk supported him, it's like, okay, you won. You got all of Twitter, basically.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the Dems did it last election. They had Twitter literally suppressing information for them.
Yep.
And people can get mad all they want, but it's like...
Now Elon has the best media source in the world, I would say. The most truthful. I mean, even if you're not being truthful, you can get fact checks, you know?
Yeah, and it's good to hear from all sides. Like, me and you have always been against censorship, you know? So even if you're saying something that's not true, do I feel like you don't have a right to say it? No, that's what free speech is built off of, right? So, like, go on Twitter and talk about lizard people, bro. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't believe in it, but go on Twitter, say, hey, back in, like, 2008, I was at a restaurant and I was serving Kevin Spacey and he tried to touch me. See? Like, you could say all that. You could say whatever. I mean, it's not like you could say whatever, but a lot of it's entertaining. I mean, when you go on Twitter, you got to realize... You probably realize this more than I do, but you got to realize that a lot of people are just trolling.
Yeah, 90% of Twitter is just trolls.
And when you view it through that lens, you will be much happier as a person.
Well, not trolls. Their engagement. There's so much engagement farming right now on Twitter because they pay now. that you got to filter through that and find like the genuine people who are just
Mm.
updating about life, you know?
Yeah, and also he made it more fun too, and everybody can get blue checks.
Yeah, everyone can. I mean,
We're sick of the whole, and this is the problem, right? This is because it was like a club before, right? Like you had to be famous and you had to be somebody. We're not doing that anymore. Like fuck all that. Like we don't, like if you had the money, buy the blue check. It doesn't even matter if you have 100 followers. They're paying you now. There is no system where you have to be famous and an elite and like it's like all that's kind of, and that's kind of why I gravitated towards Trump a little more. Right? I'm not gonna lie, because the Democrats during this campaign, they were having like Meg the Stallion on stage twerking, Glorilla. Why the fuck is Glorilla on stage, dog?
yeah, it's just weird. It
They,
feels like the Democrats people were all just like people on the Diddy list.
that's what it seemed, and like J Lo too.
LeBron.
LeBron was one. Hey, nothing ain't no party like a Diddy party. It's like, you said that, LeBron. J Lo's on stage crying about like I'm a proud Puerto Rican woman. Like okay, so if you're a proud Puerto Rican woman, then put your money towards fixing the problem in Puerto Rico. You're gonna go cry about a joke that a comedian made, but you're not crying about the problem, right? You got fucking, and I'm sorry, like Cardi B. What are you doing? Why is Cardi B on stage with like, Kamala, I told her, and I like what she be saying, like, no, bro, what was Kamala thinking, Sam?
I don't know. It's a weird group of people to have represent your brand to Democrats specifically. Because, like, my parents don't, like, my parents align more on that side, and they don't like Cardi B
Or
or
Meg,
Meg the Stallion
or
or
J Lo.
J Lo or any of these people. They're not the icons that they're wanting, and I don't know. It's just weird. You chose wrong with your representation. I mean, when you're a DEI candidate, it's kind of hard to not misrepresent
And it's not
yourself.
like the right didn't do that, right? The right had like they would put up Little Pump.
And I'm not saying neither candidate was great at the
They
end
had
of the day.
drill rappers on stage, but like for some reason, no one cared when Trump brought up Lil Pump or the drill rappers, right? Or he would like, you know what I mean? Like for some reason, it just didn't hit the same. Like, okay, you guys were in the new age of media, right? So there is no like you can only just rely on CNN and Fox anymore, right? To get yourself out there, like you have to go on podcasts, whether you like it or not. Podcasts are the new media, right? And that means us.
Yeah,
That means
hey,
us.
let's
Let's
get it,
go, bro.
bro.
We're the new media, but essentially she didn't really do that either. I know she did go on Call Her Daddy podcast. I know she went on the Shannon Sharp, right? But Trump was going on Rogan. Trump was going on
I think that's a prerequisite to become president now. You have to go on Rogan.
Andrew Schultz,
So Joe Rogan can talk about how good John Jones is,
Tim Dillon. JD Vance went on Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's one of my favorite comedians ever, and he went on that show. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know, bro. They just didn't. Their whole campaign was also about race and gender. Like when you run on a campaign like that, like bro, America's sick of it. And you look at the election results. America is sick and tired of being pandered to, dude. We don't care about identity politics anymore. When you're talking about, remember Obama was like talking to a group of black guys, talking about like we have to be the ones that vote for Kamala. Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw that video,
yeah.
but it's like, bro, what? Like those guys are American too. Fuck the skin color part. Those men are American. If they want to vote for Trump, bro, that's their right.
Exactly.
Which when you're getting on stage, like, hey, what are your policies? Yeah, I don't know, but Trump bad. And if you're a woman, vote for Kamala, and if you're black, vote for Kamala. Like, bro, you know what I mean? You don't hear white people getting told that. Hey, bro, you're not really white if you don't vote for Trump.
Yeah, she basically did say anyone except she didn't say anything about the white people. She was just like, if you're ethnically diverse, please vote for me.
Basically, and that's what it felt like, though. I mean, a lot of people might disagree, but their whole campaign felt like they were just like, if you're a woman, if you're black, if you're Latino, if you're gay, if you're trans, vote for me. Like what? Like they don't have to vote for you just because of that. Like that's literally, we're not babies, we're not kids. Why are you talking down to us? Like, and that's why you guys lost. If you want to know why you lost, that's why you lost. That's the twerking on stage with Meg. It's the not willing to go on unfiltered podcast because we want to hear from you, right, Kamala? I know people say it's Kamala. Sorry, that's what I hate about her name too, bro. Like I have to go out of my way to say it right. When I say your name, bro, Sam.
Sam. Yeah,
I don't
it's
have to
easy.
say Sam, mama. With her name,
Kamala Mal.
I used to call her Kamala Harris. And everybody's like, it's Kamala. Oh, my bad. Sorry. If I have to go out of my way to say your name, I'm not trying to say your name anymore. I'm sorry. Your parents should have just named you Kamala, not Kamala.
Kamala.
Kamala. It's like I don't what.
Camelo.
When you say my name, Andrew, you don't have to Andrew. It's like, dude,
I struggle with that name every now and then. I'm just kidding.
Every girl I've ever dated us too, bro. So it's weird. And I have a lot of people on my Facebook. I go, if, we're not talking to family members anymore, and it's not about politics, it's about everything else. And go ahead, bro. Stop talking to me then for this episode. Like I give a damn. Stop talking to me then, dude. This guy's not, bro. If you literally said you voted for Kamala, okay, after everything we just said, I'm not gonna stop being friends with you. I might giggle.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think that you should pander your friend group based on. I think that having disagreements with your friends is one of the best things for a friendship.
But they say it's not a disagreement when it comes to getting your rights taken away. But a lot of you don't even know what you're talking about when you say that because what rights are being taken from you?
Dude, did you see that video on TikTok where this girl was just crying and she was saying that she's scared because tomorrow she's gonna wake up a slave? Like,
baby girl,
what?
Baby girl, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're already a slave to the corporations of America, to your workplace, to your family. You're already one.
Are you kidding me?
I know what she means when she says that, right? But she's talking about like a literal, like the hundreds of years ago slave.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Then let them be stupid.
Like
let them be
she's
stupid.
Bawling her eyes out. Like
I hope it was. If it wasn't satire, it makes it even funnier. It makes it funnier.
But there's so much of that. It's just like, oh, Trump got elected, and now the whole world's just gonna flip on its head. He was our president for 4 years already once.
Hey, now
nothing happened. We had no wars.
None. And people can argue all they want. We had none.
The economy was great.
There wasn't always talk about World War III.
And I can say that everything's not going to go back to where it was in 2020 just because there has been, it would be so hard to kill all this inflation that's already happened. But I think things can get better. And thinking that your whole world's going to flip on its head because one guy's in office for 4 years, he can't become some sort of dictator. That's what people think, that these guys are dictators. And it's just like, come on.
They wish Trump was a dictator. That's what I'm saying. They want him to be that when they compare him to Hitler and they say that his followers are Nazis. Like, I can't take you serious when you say that. You can dislike somebody, okay? 100%. We could talk about that. But when you're comparing him to Hitler and saying his followers are Nazis, I just can't take you serious. And we can't have a serious conversation. That's why I like trolling liberals, dude. This is what I'm born for. I'm made for this. I like this because of that. We can't have a serious conversation with you guys. Seriously, we can't.
It's true.
So I troll you at every opportunity. You want to know why? Because you say shit like he's Hitler. You say shit like they're Nazis. You guys, you vote based on skin color and gender. When you guys do that, I can't take you serious. Now I got to make fun of you. And again, bro, I don't know. I didn't vote, so I don't think I have any right to be talking. But at the same time, we're Americans, so we have every right to be talking. That's the beauty of freedom of speech. And the only reason, I'll tell you why I didn't vote. I didn't vote because I thought Washington was already a blue state. So I was like, what is my vote going to do? I shouldn't think like that because, it could still go.
That's how I've always thought too.
It could still go towards the popular vote, I'm assuming. I'm guessing, yeah. Right? So I guess I could have helped in that regards. But when your state's already blue, bro, and if you looked at the Electoral College map, I'm serious, by the way, click on Washington, Oregon, California, click on all the states that she won. Almost the entire state is red, except for one area. And California, Oregon, and Washington, literally all of California was almost all red. But she won because LA voted for her. Washington was the same way. Seattle voted for her, so she won. But if you look at Washington's map, almost the whole goddamn map was red. What that indicates to me is that people are just tired.
Yeah, I
They're just tired of being painted to.
and I think it also just comes down to like Kamala wasn't it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if there was if like Bernie Sanders or something like that had gone, he probably would have won, you know?
You know what's hella funny before we continue? I'm noticing this, and I'm going to say this on the camera because you guys deserve to see this, but I think I messed up on your mic placement, dude. Like, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at it's like right in front of your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you want to kind of like yeah, like right there, and then
Sorry about the noise.
no, it's all good. No, sorry about the noises. No, you can aim it towards you too. Like
No,
move
it's
the mic.
I'm comfy.
Okay. Yeah, I want them to see a beautiful face, man. So you know what I mean. I can't have it hidden. You know what I mean. And I'm not cutting that out. In the beginning, I'm definitely cutting out something in the beginning, but this we got to see. But you know, back to the Trump thing. That's just why I don't like making fun of people. I mean, I can't say that with the
You
with
love
the,
making fun of that. That might be your favorite thing, actually.
and I do make fun of liberals more. It's just because you guys make it so easy, right? Like, and Republicans are cringy too. Don't get me wrong. This is kind of why I didn't vote either because I don't really align with the side,
I don't either.
right? I don't like. There's some things on both sides I actually agree with on both sides. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I think women should have rights to their own body. I actually believe that, but I would understand
And
if
I'm in the opposite camp. Being someone who is adopted,
Mhm.
it's really hard for me to be like, yeah, you should be able to take my life.
That's hey. Me and you have never talked about this before.
Yeah, that.
Well, we've talked about this on off cam
Yeah,
about your situation with your life, but like that this might be our first actual like debate.
yeah.
Yeah, like this is you guys are witnessing out here. That's crazy.
I actually like I really disagree with it because I view it as murder. Like I think that okay, there are certain circumstances, very extreme circumstances.
Like the three that everybody always talks about: R word, incest, and medical problems. Like if she's literally gonna die and there's nothing.
I think that incest is weird. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I don't think the people who are doing incest want to touch it with the 10-foot pole. So I agree with you on that one.
R word.
That's
It's too hard to talk on, but
yeah, because I mean, like, how about this? I know that people who are religious mainly are like the main group that are against it, right? And there's people who aren't religious who are against it too. I think, in my opinion, that they should have the right to choose, but stop lying about what it is. Right? Like if I go out and how do I explain? Okay, I'm not even gonna make a comparison because it's gonna be fucking dumb either way, and you guys are gonna eat me alive. But if you're willing to do that, and that's your choice to choose, cool. But just say what you're doing, because a lot of people will say that, well, that's not a baby, that's a fetus, that's not even a real thing.
And I think that's the line that I draw is once cells start forming, I see that I view that as a life, and
But the other side
I think
doesn't too,
I think it's the same thing because like at a certain point when there's cells, can it live outside of the body? No, because it's too young. It hasn't developed enough.
yeah.
But are we gonna say the same thing with the guy hooked up who's in a vegetative state for 10 years and he's surviving off medical equipment alone?
Yeah, like what is his life
Like, are we gonna pull the plug on him because we're tired of because we can't deal with this or whatever?
Well, you know what happens, right? This happens with a lot of debates. The goalpost gets moved constantly, and let me explain what I mean by that. Like, the fact that me and you are talking about it right now, we're just two men who don't have vaginas or the capability of giving birth,
Mm-hmm.
so they're not going to take what we're saying seriously. One, so they move the goalpost. Well, you guys are two males talking about it. Why are you talking about it? Okay. Then the second was when they do the actual procedure, they're telling like, okay, do it, but stop lying about what you're doing. Like stop like trying to like remove yourself from what it actually is. When you're saying the fetus thing, the cells, it's not conscious. It's and you know they try to like move the goalposts on that. That's kind of what I don't like. Like both the man and the woman of this relationships.
And you consented. My thought is, if you consented to the relations that you had with this person and you didn't wear protection and take other measures, it's your problem at that point.
That's not. Hey,
And at the end of the day, there I got put into a better situation than I would have being adopted.
yeah, you did.
And I know a lot of other people, my brother included.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we both got put into better situations because of
Your parents
adoption.
are good parents, bro.
They are.
And like, just because they're not your birth parents, that don't mean shit to me. Your parents are good parents to you. So,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
so
I love my parents to death. But I think that you have to give the cells or the baby a chance. If you're just executing it and you don't have health problems and you consented to what caused it,
uh huh.
and sex, and
But they're removing themselves from that, Sam. They're removing themselves from that responsibility and accountability. That's not a baby.
because it's hard.
And I
Because
know, and I will never know what it's like to get one. Right? I don't, and it's hard to talk about this. Like I said before, like we're just two guys. I don't know shit about the reproductive organs of a woman. So I or the anything involving that. So I'm just giving my but yeah, I think some of the religious people be taking it too overboard sometimes. But like because there is some people saying like, well, even if it's the R word, even if it's incest, even if it's medical procedures, we're against you getting that too. It's like, what? Like, come on, be like, this is where we have to meet in the middle. Okay, we can't go too far left and we can't go too far right, because too far left would be anybody can get it at any time. It's like a free hall pass, right? And then the other side would be, well, you're not getting it at all, no matter what the situation is. Like a guy could literally attack you outside of a club, R word you, give you a kid, and you have to keep it. I don't think we should go that far.
but
But
that's the
there's some
thing that
people
people
who,
don't understand is you don't have to keep it. You can put it into a situation, find a family. It I mean, and maybe it's harder than I think, but
well, no, you're just
but
speaking
you got
from
to put in
experience, bro.
you
You
got
came
to put
from it,
in that you got to put in the effort. Like if my like we would have never met if my mom made a slightly different decision.
Yeah, if your mom would have kept you, bro, no, none of us would have met you.
That or if like she didn't want me from the beginning. That's exactly what my parents have told me is she wasn't interested. So she could have just been like, you know what, I'm gonna get an abortion.
That's misfortune. I mean, my mom could have done this. And my mom always, I love my mom, and I'm on good terms with her now. But she'll tell me stories like, "Oh, the doctor said you were gonna kill me, and I said do it. I'm giving birth to him no matter what." I'm like, "Mom, come on, you two see it." Every time she tells a story, it's like, "Mom, who's the hero here? You or me?" Like who's the, the doctor said, and I still gave birth because it's like, Mom, we get it. You love me, dude. Right? We get it, Mom. We get it. You fucking. But so I I don't know, man. I love my mom, and I give like without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met the people I've met. I wouldn't have experienced the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even all the heartbreak I've been through, all the drama in high school. Like I wouldn't even experience that. So like without you, Mom, I wouldn't even be here. But if you wanted to do that when you're a kid, I mean, when you were a teenager, because my mom had me when she was a teenager.
Yeah, my mom too.
It's like, would I have faulted you? Because what world were you putting me in? You were putting me in a world where we didn't have much money. My dad was abusive. I was gonna grow up poor my whole life and get made fun of in school, and I wasn't really put in a place where like I was able to succeed like I know I could. So I mean, if you ended up doing that, would I have been better off? That's always something I think about. Not that I want to think about it. I like being here, but
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's my main point is life is so precious. People should be able to experience that. And w- once once the cells are there, it's creating memories at that point.
yeah, I agree, man. Just I'm like I said, I'm cool with that. But as long as you guys just stop lying about what it is and just stop trying to like hide from accountability, like oh no, we're gonna separate ourselves from this. Like you don't got to do all that. Like you literally just don't do that, and everything will be fine. But going back to the election debate, it's like there's a reason you guys lost, and I'm talking about the left. You fucking stinky liberals, dude. There's a reason you guys lost, and I don't hate anybody for being a liberal. But like, come on,
Shower at least.
come on, dude. Like every single time, and like I've had to go to work this week, and I'm not gonna name names, but there's been plenty of people. We're getting deported, and we're getting our rights taken away. Like, bro, what news do you guys
What are
watch?
you reading?
Like, do you guys not care about like what are we watching? Are we watching Teletubbies? Are we watching Coco Melon? Like, what are we doing,
It's the
dude?
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Like, bro, if you want to know the truth, just come to me and Sam about something. Like, me and Sam know everything. So, like, if you want to know what a
Literally.
policy is, or you want to know about what the Emperor Trump is doing, come to me and Sam. Like, we'll tell you. Like, you don't got to go to CNN and Fox anymore. We just said podcasts are the new media. Am I
Yep.
wrong?
And we are the new.
We are the new media. So, like, if you guys want to know the truth about something, come talk to us. And I'm not even. I'm trying to make it to where you guys can't tell that this is a whole satire bit, but like at the end of the day, we're like, come to see and Sam. Like, and I got a Mexican flag right there too. Deport me, dude. Try. I dare you. I'll become the
1v1
king.
me.
I will literally just become the king of like, now that Trump's president, we need to get a white Black Panther. Make a white Black Panther movie, right? That's what they're making it sound like, Sam.
Yeah.
Now that Trump's president, there's gonna be a white Black Panther and they're deporting everybody. Like, bro, what?
We've been through this for 4 years before, guys. Things are gonna be all right.
Yeah,
The
of
world's
course.
not ending. Uh, War has haven't both didn't Russia start pulling out?
Well, Russia was talking about like they want to be on good terms with America.
Yeah,
I know Hamas was talking
and
about
Hamas is just like
trying
cutting it
not to
off,
be,
right?
yeah. Well, I
And
read
that's the day after he becomes president elect.
even China's the leader of China was even talking about wanting to be on good terms with America.
And I think we talked about this. One thing that our leader needs is that fear factor, that almost intimidation. And Trump is a no BS kind of guy when he's in these negotiations.
Sounds like a fucking emperor to me.
And he's able to be like, we got bigger guns than you.
We got
We
you.
got huge guns. Huge.
He's like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. My ear got shot. Excuse me, because he can't hear. Oh, excuse me, I can't hear. My ear got shot. But hey, think about the guy who tried to kill him, bro. How he literally changed the course of American history. And bro, literally, like he was going to hit Trump if Trump didn't move his head.
Yeah, Trump clutched up.
Like literally, I know you're gonna laugh, but if you can't tell me God did not intervene. I'm sorry. When it comes to that situation, whether you believe in Trump or not, whether you support him,
Believe in Trump.
because he's the emperor. So, but I mean, whether you support him or not, I made it sound like he's Jesus. But if you support him or not, like, bro, that head turn was God intervening. I mean, think about it. Are we gonna sit here and say that
Or
God
it was
didn't
the best scripted moment in the world ever.
Either way, I'm entertained. This is what we always talk about with entertainment, bro. Like, yeah, either God helped you, and we witnessed one of the rarest moments ever, because God didn't help JFK. No offense to JFK, but like, God didn't go into the car in Dallas that day and do that. Okay, so on that day with Trump, head move, boom, and yeah, obviously there was a death toll at that rally, unfortunately, and that guy shouldn't have died like that. That sucks.
Yeah.
And my prayers go out to that family because I wouldn't want to be, hey, your uncle just died because the bullet missed Trump and went and hit him, right? And it's unfortunate, but you got people talking about, well, he's the one who went to a Trump rally. Again, when you alienate more than half the country by calling them Nazis and you calling them bigots and when people die, you're like wishing death upon people and blaming them. And what did you think was going to happen? Did you not think people were going to be sick and tired of it, dude? Like, that's what it's coming down to. A lot of people just don't want their kids affected by this either. And apparently that's also a bad thing to talk about. Is when you talk about what our kids are seeing and hearing and what they're around, that's also something that's a no-no. But it's like, I wasn't trying to raise kids in this world to begin with, but now definitely like we might have to rethink that. We might have to rethink having kids in this world. I don't know if I should.
I want some more, but I think that part of parenting is like control, like helping your kids navigate the world,
Mm-hmm.
and being like showing them stuff. I think that this stuff is important to them, Like it's a lesson to be learned, there's always lessons to be learned,
And I heard that Barron Trump was one of the main reasons that that whole team went on podcasts and like did all like the the cool stuff.
I
How did
bet.
the Dems get outsmarted by that tall motherfucker, dude? You know what I mean? Like, he's 6'10". When he walks into a room, he looks like he's from Space Jam. He looks like one of the Space Jam monsters. That's how tall he is. And he's probably our future emperor too. His dad's probably getting him ready to be the future emperor of America. So how did the left let him outsmart them? Hey, Dad, go on this podcast. It's huge.
Huge.
I kind of envision his whole family, like even Melania, like, hey, it's huge.
They just use like slightly different tones with their hand motions.
Yeah, like maybe one does this, the other does like the two finger, one finger, just the thumb, the pinky. Baron probably does the pinky, but that whole family, imagine like a dinner table conversation. I would want to be a fly on the wall for that. Huge. Dad, the steak, huge. His daughter, Dad, this is huge.
Oh.
That's crazy. He did say his daughter was hot too, so maybe that's how they talk to each other. I don't know. My stepdad said similar stuff to me, like, "Hey, come touch what I'm holding, bro."
Okay.
So I did not play my stepdad never said. Oh shit, dude. That'd be crazy though if my stepdad did say that. That'd be gay as fuck.
What the fuck?
No, but I would want to be a fly on the wall. I mean, I wouldn't want to be on the fly on the wall for Kamala's family dinners. Hell no. And Joe Biden too. Hell no. But Trump, everybody's doing this. Huge, huge. Everybody's just huge. Hey Trump, if you're seeing this, man, Baron, because I know you watch podcasts and we're now the new media. Tell your dad I'm willing to serve the emperor however he sees fit. So if you want me to storm the Jedi Temple, we'll do that. I don't know. I don't want to say we because I don't want to put Sam's name in this, but. And I told everybody we were gonna do this episode today, and they were like, "Oh, what are you guys gonna talk about?" I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about the election results and shit." I told people at work, our store manager too. He said he's gonna watch us, so but he did say he's gonna watch us, so
Oh jeez.
he said, "I can't wait to see it." Hey, Manny, if you're watching this, man, go Trump. But yeah, I told everybody like, hey, when we start the episode off, I'm gonna talk about how Trump's the emperor, how you need to be imprisoned for bad mouthing him the last 4 years, and everybody was dying, dude. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna tell Sam it's a joke?" I'm like, "Sam knows me, man. He knows what my satire bits are.
Yeah.
That's what I love about you, dude. Like, when I'm being serious, when I'm not being serious. I hate to have to fucking explain that to everybody, dude. Like, hey, I was just joking.
Yeah, that's always frustrating when you have to explain your jokes and your memes. It just ruins the whole thing.
Well, I had an uncle one time where I don't know how this got brought up, but we were talking about something on Facebook, and my uncle starts going in the comments. He was clearly drunk too, by the way, but. That's off, but that's the side. And he gets drunk off like the American type beers, not like the good beer.
Oh, okay.
So like that type of drunk is different. When you're drunk off Budweiser, it just unlocks a different type of evil and rage in you.
Yeah, you're hammering down like 10, 12 of them at least.
Yeah, and then like it's not like being normal drunk. It's like a different type of drunk. It's almost like
your fist clench up.
Yeah, and like everything, you're sweaty, you're turning red. So my uncle goes on Facebook and he says, "You're the most liberal." I think he said, "You're the most liberal fucking motherfucker I've ever seen." My uncle's like, "Oh, you're the most liberal person I've ever met." I'm like, "Dude, you don't know me then." What? And the people in the comment section defending me to my uncle, like, "Oh, why are you talking to Andrew like that?" I was like, "Yeah, first of all, I'm not the most liberal person you've ever met. Because if I am, then news check, buddy. You don't fucking know me then because I'm not. I'd have body him, dude. I'm sorry." And like we haven't talked since. And I want to let you know that I support the guy you voted. He's a Trump supporter, obviously,
Oh, wow.
But he's talking about like you're the most liberal. I thought that was hilarious. I'm not anything. And my mom always messaged me about Trump too, like, oh, because she'll watch some of me in your episodes. I don't know if she's being honest about that, but when our family says they watch, you guys don't fucking watch. Stop lying. You guys don't watch what we do. It's cool. Like, thank you. It's like, hey, but they're like, hey, just watch the reason. When people say that in my family, I know you guys didn't watch.
And then you look at the watch time, and there's one view in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, guess what? Watch this be the one episode they do watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in the title, I'm going to say me and Sam debate abortion. So watch this be the first one they watch, and they're going to be like, whoa, I didn't know Andrew was so pro-Trump. But My mom says the same shit. She'll be like, "Oh, so you only vote for Trump because of entertainment reasons?" Like, yeah, mom. What else do we have? I'm not voting for him because of policy.
Yeah, they
I'm
both
not,
have terrible
you know,
policy.
and I'm not voting for him for anything else. He's just funny to me and he entertains me. And Kamala, I mean, Kamala, whatever, dude.
Kamala.
Kamala. Even sometimes Trump would slip and say, Kamala. Because Trump doesn't give a fuck, and neither should we, but I'm going to say her name as Kamala. So, mom, if Kamala was funny, I'd vote for her too. She's just not funny.
She's not anything. I just didn't. I listened to her a couple of times and I'm like, you're just not. Eh.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, and like,
And on top of that, I just didn't feel like she deserved being there on the ticket, at the end of the day.
well, they didn't even do a primary.
Yeah, I know. And that's just insane to me.
That's another thing that people didn't like, and they just didn't get it. They just didn't get. Why didn't people vote? And then now all of a sudden, how are you going to explain to the American people that in 2020 you guys had almost 20 million more votes? Now, where the fuck did those 20
Joe
million
Biden
people
was
go
that
this
much
time?
better.
Is that what they want us to think?
I think so.
I'm not saying the election was rigged. I'm not saying it was stolen, but I do have a question
Where'd
for
you
you.
go?
Where did those fucking almost 20 million votes go? They just stayed at home? What happened? They just, hey, didn't feel like it
I
this
know a
time.
lot more people that said they weren't voting this time compared to last time. So maybe that was it.
Could it have been the mail-in ballots?
Yeah,
Like, hey, we get to stay from home and do this?
true.
And then now you got the liberal people online talking about this election was stolen, and that's ironic, right? Because they were trying to put people in prison and jail for saying election fraud last time.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden when they lose, it's election fraud.
People suck at losing. I mean, at the end of the day,
Well, Trump was kind of a sore loser too, but at the end of the day, at least he did something about it. At least he stormed the Capitol. What the fuck are you guys gonna do? To sit there and complain and drink coffee in coffee shops and go home? That's what they're gonna do.
yep.
Go storm the Capitol, dude. Seriously, like what? Go fucking storm the Capitol, dude. Like you're gonna complain from
I
Twitter?
just can't imagine a mob of Kamala supporters.
Storming the Capitol?
Yeah.
What would that even?
Because
Look like?
they wouldn't be like the normal people Kamala Harris supporters. It would be the crazies. Like
Yeah, I want to
probably
see the
a
blue
lot
hair.
of purple hair.
I want to see the blue hair and purple hair people. I want to see their turn to storm the Capitol. Let's see
Want to
what they
see
can
them
do.
unite?
Yeah,
That would go weird.
they all bring
I don't
Harry,
e-
they all bring Harry Potter wizard wands. They have like their wizard wands, like the election was stolen, Avada Kedavra, and like nothing's happening. It's like, whoa, dude, what happened? Yeah, I thought we were storming the Capitol.
Oh, scary.
Oh, a bunch of hippies, like just like what would again like that would be. That sounds good to me. They have the Harry Potter ones.
Driving through the White House.
Just fucking just like this is for Kamala because they have to say the name right. They can't enter the fucking Capitol. So if they say Kamala, it's like, hey, not this time, bud. You gotta say Kamala, China, huge,
Ew.
China. But you guys wouldn't even do it, and I'm not even saying you should storm the Capitol because it's against.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. We're not
dangerous.
suggesting you do that. But if you do think this election was stolen, bro, go do something. But get that shit back in blood, bro. You know what I mean? And stop fucking crying about it on Twitter. You know what I mean? And not only was the 20 million votes missing, it's just like the constant like. I love the crying compilation videos. I'm sorry, I do. It's like, and like I want
be slaves tomorrow.
yeah, that too. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Like, no, you're not going to be a slave. I mean, and not only are we slaves to corporate America, but like the slave that they're talking about, like, you're not going to be a fucking slave tomorrow, bro. Chill. Like, you're not going to be.
No,
Like, what
that's
is
just
happening?
not how the world works. Even if he was a racist, which I don't believe he is.
He could be, dude.
Maybe he is, but I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, like
more
I
racist than they
secretly
say.
prejudiced as fuck too. But
Yeah, but even if he was, he can't just be like, you know what, all the blacks, I need them in the fields tomorrow.
well, you'd be fucked too.
Yeah.
Would you be picking con Sam or?
No, I would claim a different ethnicity at that point.
Yeah, you're not black, he's not half black anymore. He's Hawaiian.
Hey, I did I ever tell you about the time We were in Kauai, and I got me and my family into a luau for free because they thought that I was their tour guide.
Hey, I wouldn't touch it. You could say you're Mexican. You could kind of look like you're Mexican too, a little
Yeah, a
bit.
lot of people think I'm Mexican. I get everything. I've
Yeah.
gotten.
Why don't you get deported with me, dude? Instead of becoming a
Let's
slave.
do it.
I'd rather go to Mexico than be a
Let's
slave.
do it, bro.
So,
They got
but that's the type
some
of
good
fear.
ass food in
The type of
Mexico.
fear mongering that these people do is like now there's a girl on Twitter, TikTok crying about being a slave. You're not a slave.
Yeah. To who? Who are
To
you a
who?
slave to?
Like you're not. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and go
To work
cheat
or
on your boyfriend
whatever.
and to text all your girlfriends like, "Hey, Trump's a bitch, bro," and that's it. Like you guys aren't gonna storm the Capitol. You're not gonna. Let's be real. Just be normal, be chill. Like it, you know. And one of the funny things though is Dana White, dude. He kind of low key won him that election, dude.
John Jones. Let me tell you about John Jones. He's
Hey,
actually fighting this weekend.
this Trump kid, this Trump kid's the best. You know, the Nelk. Shout out to the Nelk boys. Yeah, you said John Jones is fighting this weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw a lot of. Maybe it's because me and you talk about it, but I've been kind of seeing some videos this week on YouTube, like leading up into this fight. Like he's the overrated goat. He's the this and this, and I'm like, damn, y'all really just don't like him.
Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing, guys.
Here's the fucking
Sean
thing.
Strickland for a second. But no, I think he is not the GOAT, first of all. I think he's a steroid cheat. His legacy, his wins are against tiny middleweights. This dude is 6'4" with an 84-inch reach. He's eye poking everyone. He's going to. He's not like a killer. Like he's not. He hasn't dropped anyone since Lyoto Machida. Like he doesn't have punching power. Like you're gonna go to a boring decision with him probably, where he's gonna eye poke you 10 times, and probably when he wins, you're gonna find out he was doing drugs and it's now a no contest, and
Well, Dana be glazing him, bro.
and they've had to move entire events for him. But mostly it just comes down to his resume. It isn't all that it's cracked up to be. He fought a lot of guys who were just outside of their prime, coming up in a weight class, and he's just so much bigger than them.
So it was never about like the cocaine issues or like.
I mean, that adds on top of it him just being the worst person. Maybe
I feel like he could be a goat for anyone and have a cocaine problem, but like the other stuff you were saying is like legit. Like
yeah,
that sounds like legit gripes.
yeah.
Some people are just like he beat his wife, cocaine. It's like
taking that out, I think you could. I'm not saying he's not even in the top 10. I think that it goes George St. Pierre, Mighty Mouse, and then probably John at that point.
Yeah, no love for.
And then you got like Islam or no, Khabib is not up there, but
Trump was talking about like Trump's been talking about Khabib a lot.
But I've been diving into like Dana White glazing John Jones videos, and it's my favorite. Like,
Well, because he's a good glazer. Like he glazes John Jones. He glazes
John
Trump.
Jones, let me tell you about this kid.
And he brings him up in like almost every interview. Like if they're not even talking about him.
My favorite Dana White thing is definitely what was the question? What was Hey, Linda, can you tell me what he just asked me? What was the question?
What was the question? You think he's doing that on purpose?
He acts like he's deaf at these press conferences.
But then the
like,
people can just repeat the people can just repeat the thing to him, and he would be
yeah.
I mean
Yeah, but it's going to be an interesting card. John Jones defending his title against Stipe, who got knocked out 4 years ago and hasn't fought since, is probably the most undeserving. And there's an interim heavyweight champion who 90% of MMA fans believe is the true champion because he actually fights. And he's knocked everyone out. He has an average fight time of under 2 minutes. He finishes his fights in under 2 minutes.
maybe
He's either knocked out or submitted everyone.
yeah maybe I should issue a challenge to John Jones, bro. Hey, after what Sam just told me, I'll fight you, bro. Let me get my.
Just wear some like goggles.
I'll dress up as an 8 ball.
Just wear goggles and charge straight forward. He'll break his fingers trying to poke your eyes.
That too. I'll just dress up as an 8 ball.
There you go.
And then just fight me. I'll literally dress up as a baggy, dude. And be like, hey.
Or his wife. Find out what his wife looks like. Dress up as her, and don't cook the spaghetti right.
Yeah, hey, you earned this, man. Yeah, I'll dress up as his wife and see if you know, like, hey, you fight a real woman, bro.
He's done it before.
Fight a real woman, dog. Because you could be anything now, apparently. So
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
just gonna be like, hey, fight a real woman, and he's gonna beat me up, obviously. But like, I think I can get one good hit on John
I
Jones,
think
bro.
you could survive 30 seconds.
Yeah, me too. There's no way he's like instantly taking me down. I have too much pride for that,
Yeah, you just got to run for like 20 seconds
you know.
and
And
maybe throw a kick or something.
I don't think I
And
don't.
then he probably takes you down and immediately chokes you out.
Well, I did wrestle in high school, which
I don't
I
think
guess
that's
that
going to
it
matter.
doesn't matter. But like, it's
He's
just
six
like,
foot four,
I mean,
250
it
pounds.
was important to me, but yeah, I'm
No, you,
messing.
you probably were good in middle school,
Yeah,
but
I was like the best in middle school, but like I don't think that I don't think that matters. Yeah, you're right. I guess
well,
just
he could ankle pick you and submit you in
I
probably
just
10
throw away
seconds.
just throw away all my achievements.
He,
Yeah.
he he would probably get me in, like, I'm smaller than you.
Hmm.
So I think he could probably finish me in probably 25, 30 seconds too.
I think I can. Yeah, 30 seconds is respectable. He's not fucking one hitting quitting me. I don't. I just. I'm
I don't
sorry.
think he has knockout power. I think I could take maybe not his hardest punch, but like if we're just sparring,
Yeah.
I think I could take a right straight down the pipe, you know.
I believe you. I believe in you, man. And people would probably laugh, but like you guys don't know me and Sam. Like we don't know us like that. Like me and Sam have too much pride. I'm not gonna let you one hit quit me.
I'll die.
Like so, if you like, remember the episode of
I would
Simpsons?
go straight for the groin on it. So if he's gonna try poking my eyes, I'm going to like stomp his cock.
Or just take like I want to do a fair fight. I was gonna say inject him with something, but I guess
He's
we'll just do it.
already injected with a ton of stuff.
Yeah, and then it was like, hey, they were gonna say you only won because you injected him. Like so, I guess but
But they've been saying the only reason he wins fights is because he injects himself. So it's kind of like balances.
I mean, hey, I'd never met you, John, so I don't. And I clearly like a lot of people feel this way about you. And it's like no one. And think about it, no one talks this way about Tom Brady.
Or Michael or LeBron.
You know, and there's some things about Michael, like the whole gambling thing or the rumors that
But no
like
one brings that up in legacy conversation.
no, because I think they're too scared when it comes to MJ, bro. To be honest, too. Well, because with Michael, it's like hey, when Chameleonaire asked him to take that picture, and he's like, I don't take pictures with N words. It's like, okay, that's not what I
That's
asked.
wild.
That's wild. And then you have like with Tom Brady, they have like he deflated the ball, right? Like who gives a fuck if he deflated the ball?
That's such a tiny little thing.
Yeah, like that makes him not the go now because he deflated a ball. That when people say that like in conversations, like oh him and the coach, you can say him and the coaches, the coaching staff probably cheated and taped other teams' practices.
I think that there's cheating in all of sports. I think that 90% of people are on steroids and they're not getting caught because they're too good at it. And I think most of them are doing other stuff on the side to cheat as well. Whether it's taking money under the table, like I bet you a bunch of players, Jalen Brunson didn't take a $50 million pay cut. You can't tell me he's not taking money under the
Yeah,
table.
everybody's. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's cheating. So especially like baseball, basketball, football, MMA.
MMA
Just
specifically,
okay,
I think
bring
95% of the roster is
and
on
maybe it'd be
sauce.
more entertaining, Dana, if you just let everybody be juiced up, bro. Who gives a like? I mean, I get there's integrity involved, but like, come on, dude.
They're already there.
I want to see like and it's like at the point where it's like, hey, we know what it is, just let it be, dude. I guess the integrity part is important, and I
To be
agree.
fair, it since USADA, the drug testing agency that the UFC used to use, left the UFC, and now it's this other testing agency. Everyone's looking freaking huge.
And Dana's
They're,
like, hey,
they're looking sauced out of their mind.
Dana's like, hey, kid, we got a test coming up, so kind of chill on the.
Like Max Holloway gets one shot knockout power out of nowhere.
It's more entertaining to watch. I mean, people
For
aren't
sure.
paying all this money to just see like bullshit, dude, and that sucks. And then I keep mentioning the integrity thing, but it's like
Who cares? They're fighting.
yeah, people are gonna grill me for that, but it's like like it's funny, and especially with football too.
I want NBA players with 70-inch verticals. If you
Yeah,
could dunk from the 3-point line, I want to see that.
like that's why
Test the limits of the human body. I think that's what sports is about.
well, that's why the WNBA sucks. Like none of the bitches can dunk. It's all about like the fundamentals. Like, bro, I don't want to see fundamentals.
I'll go watch college basketball before WNBA for sure. Like
Like if I'm gonna be punished and have to watch a woman play sports, I better see dunking and I better see some goddamn excitement, dude.
Chris Cyborg. Like when Chris Cyborg was in the UFC, you know who that is?
I know, Chris. Everybody said that they were trans. I'm gonna ask you about that.
She's a scary woman. Like I'm no disrespect to any of the females. I think I could beat a lot of women in the UFC.
I would let Amanda Nunes put paws on me, dude.
She would. She would fuck
Yeah,
you up.
and I would probably last
She would fuck
less
you
with
up.
her than I would with John Jones, to be honest with you. But
Yeah, you
a
would.
lot of people are gonna talk shit about that. But yeah, that is tonight's episode, guys. Me, I'm oh my god. But yeah, dude, it's always a pleasure when you come over.
Yeah.
We always have great content. This by the way, guys, I don't really care who you voted for. I just want America to be great
Great
again.
again.
But I want America to I want us to unite. I want us to, this is our country, man. We got to take care of it. And
It's gonna be huge.
if you guys don't know the difference between satire and stuff, I feel bad for you. This is all in the fun of entertainment. So if YouTube tries to take this down, it's just all satire, and so none of it's real, right? And then,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff. I haven't been posting in a while because Daddy's tired, bro.
Yeah,
You guys want to comment.
life's been tough. We've been trying to get our schedules realigned.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick, and then he got sick, and then I got
Yeah,
sick
and then
again.
shit just started happening, and it's fine. And I don't know if you ever saw the solo episodes I did when those weeks were happening, but I told people like, hey, Sam didn't feel good this week, or hey, I didn't feel good last week, and I try to keep everybody up to date who watches. So
Yeah. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be doing some big stuff here soon, so
yes, sir.
it's gonna be exciting. So we want you guys along for this ride. We want this to be something we can do for a long, long time.
Yep, make money.
So your support means so much to you guys,
Yep.
to us.
I agree. Yeah. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.